Hello, Days of Our Lives fans. This is for Thursday, January 23rd. Please like, share, and subscribe. And my notifications aren't working for some reason, so don't lose heart if I don't reply to a comment. I'm trying to see what's going on with it. Tate is confiding in Marlena about the pregnancy and how he's trying to keep Holly happy, and him and Sophia just don't want to have a baby. It's all being forced on them, of course, by Sophia's mother. I'm thinking, when do these kids turn 18, man, and can tell her to go take a hike? So Holly comes over. She wants to comfort Tate because she realized that Rachel is missing still. And everyone's on the hunt for Rachel. No one knows where she is or anything. So Marlena leaves and leaves these two alone. And Holly's trying to fix up some posts and post some stuff about Rachel to help out. They're just bonding, having a nice little visit, and in comes Sophia in a whirlwind. She's crying. She's bent out of shape. Her and her mom just got into it, and we will get into it in a minute. She doesn't want her, no adoption allowed, no abortion allowed. You're going to have this baby, give up your college, and she's crying. She doesn't even realize that Holly is there, and then she jumps into his arms with a big hug. And then turns around and said, "Oh, Holly, I didn't know you were here." And she said, "Obviously." So Holly said, "I'm going to leave. You all have things to discuss." And she just left. Holly is starting to realize she's just not going to be able to fit into this life. Sophia is talking to Ava, saying, "Please give me some hours today." And she said, "There's just no room on the schedule. I already gave them." And here comes her mom. "Why did you change your doctor's appointment? I've been waiting for you." And she tried to lie to her, but she said, "I already talked to Dr. Johnson." She said, "You called and asked to reschedule it." And she said, "Whatever." So she ends up telling her, no adoption, no abortion. And she said, "Well, I've got to go to college. I don't want to throw my whole life away." And she told her, "This is a consequence." And she said, "For me having sex, this is a consequence?" Sophia got very upset and said, "This, you're making me sad and depressed and all kinds of things." And you can't help but to feel sorry for Sophia. And Ava keeps trying to intervene and saying stuff like, "I know it's none of my business," but her mom's going to tell her, "You're right, it's none of your business." But she said, me and your dad's going to take care of you. I'm sure Tate's family will help out. It'll be fine." And she's like, so what if I become a nun, Mom? Will you be proud of me then? I mean, it's just horrible. And I just felt bad for Sophia. But I have a feeling Sophia's running a little scam here, because I don't think that baby's Tate's. Anyway, Ava tries to talk to Sophia's mother after Sophia stormed off. That's how she ended up at Tate's previously. But there is no talking to this woman. They're determined they're going to ruin her life. She has to pay the consequences for having sex. Meanwhile, Belle's telling Sean, "Is there anything I can do to help find Rachel?" And he's like, "No, we've got these people out. We're going door to door. We're doing this. We're doing that." And then he ends up getting a phone call that a small child was hit by a car. JJ called him and said a child was hit by a car and it resembles Rachel. So he said, "No, don't call Brady yet. Let's go make sure it's Rachel, or maybe not." So they go to the hospital, and thank God it was not Rachel. It was some other child, unfortunately. And it seems like Belle and Sean are bonding a little bit over this. Or bonding a lot of bit over it, actually. So anyway, they hug. There they are, confiding in each other. Kristen jumps all over Brady because she catches him on the phone with Ava and says this is all Ava's fault. And Brady's like, Ava had nothing to do with it. And really, it's all Kristen's fault because of all the games she plays and tries to manipulate Brady into loving her. And it's just not going to happen. She set a bad example. It's her fault. I mean, I love Kristen's character, but, it's her fault. It really is. I don't love it as much as I love Susan. She's my favorite character. So her and Brady try to... Biden. Oh, poor thing. Her and Brady try to comfort each other. It's not working out much. Brady says, "I got to go home and get some sleep. You need to get some sleep." And Kristen's just looking at her little picture and saying, "Where's my baby?" I can only imagine. But Brady stops by Ava's. She's at the bistro, and she comforts him. and hugs him and stuff. And then we see a scene of Rachel coming in this house that definitely looks deserted. It's got cloth coverings and stuff, there we go, over the couches, and she ends up pulling out her snake and saying, well, we made it, or whatever. And I'm wondering, could she possibly, and how would she have made it to that island where Kristen kept people hostage? And there she is all by herself, but she's all made up in makeup. I noticed they had a lot of makeup on her, so she must have had time to do some makeup before she headed off on her running away. So I'm not sure where she is. I don't think that island's in another country. I don't see how she would have made it without help from the Demera pilot, and just, I don't know how she would have gotten wherever she is. Maybe she's in the crypt somewhere. I don't know where she is, but it's a place where nobody else is, or